Send them back! Great, thank you so much, Terry. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and standing up for what is right and good, and for our heritage and for our safety, against the crime and against the destruction of our nation, which the Unit Party wants to bring in under Andy Burnham, Keir Starmer before him, and what I call the fake Conservatives before them as well. Because this whole thing started in 2018 when Theresa May was still the Prime Minister. It accelerated under Boris Johnson, under Rishi Sunak, Starmer, and now Burnham as well. And as our last speaker said, we've got 202,000 bogus asylum seekers have come to this country. And why have they come? It's because it is being deliberately facilitated by the Unit Party. They could stop the boats right now if they wanted to. We could just send the Royal Navy with a few grappling hooks, put them on the thingies and tow them back to France. It would be very easy. And they say that they can't do that, but they can. Look, we've got a damn big moat between us and France, which is 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. And Poland and Hungary have no problem in stopping bogus asylum seekers from coming to their country, and they have land borders. So why can't we do that? It's because the government, the Unit Party, Labour, Tory, the others that are involved in them want this to happen. It's also big, big money. Because in 2019, the government of the day, and it was Theresa May still was Prime Minister then, wrote a 10-year contract with 3 companies, Serco, Clear Springs, and Mears. And the size of that contract was re-estimated last year to be £14.3 billion over 10 years to house asylum seekers for that 10-year period. We're now in 2026, 7 years after the contract started. It's got 3 years to run. And Serco have jurisdiction over this area, the east of England and the Midlands and the northwest. So if they open this place behind us here, RAF Barnham, to be a place where asylum seekers are processed, Serco are going to make a lot of money out of this. And where's the money coming from? It's coming from you and me. Our taxes are going to these companies who are being paid to facilitate this mass migration into our country. But it's not a real migration move, as we all know. As our last speaker said again, very accurately, 75% plus of the asylum seekers coming over in these small boats are military-aged men. If there were a real move of migration, real asylum seekers would be mostly women and children. There are hardly any women and children. In a real move of migration, the fighting men stay behind to fight for their countries and to protect their women and children. But they're not protecting their own women and children. They're coming here, and many of them are a threat to British women and children. And that has got to end. Not everyone is, but a significant proportion of them are. Now, I don't want to talk about crime. I don't want to talk about the ins and outs of some of the worst kind of crime, but I need to, because the statistics for rape in the UK are quite horrific. In the year 2000, the UK was known as one of the safest large countries in the world. The figures for rape, I hate to say this because it's a horrible crime, but in 2000 the figures were about 8,500 in a year. That's 8,500 too many. But in 2025, the figures were 75,000. In 25 years, the number of rapes in this country has gone up by 9-fold. And we know the reasons for that. It's simultaneous and concurrent with this massive move of migration and bogus asylum seekers coming from places where they do not respect women the way that they are respected in this country, in our culture.
Yeah.
Over the same time period, Poland, it's not as large as us in terms of millions of people, but it's of in the same order of magnitude. The figures there went down over the same 25-year period, from 2,400 to 1,100. So you can see in Poland, it went down by half from a very low start. In the UK, it's gone up by 9-fold. And the difference is that Poland protects its people, it protects its borders, but we have had government after government, regime after regime, which hasn't protected us and hasn't controlled our borders.
And I mean, stone curlews above the safety of women and children in our areas. And I've spoken a lot about this in the media, about the silent removal of women from public spaces. Because if you've got 1,200 blokes hanging around in here, hanging around in Thetford and Bury St Edmunds, Stowmarket and everywhere else, then women remove themselves from those public spaces. They become nervous about going out by themselves. They don't walk their dogs, they don't go jogging, don't cycle to work. Kids get nervous about walking to school. And I've also seen on the other side of that, men standing up for themselves, standing up for their wives and families and their children, getting arrested because they're intervening when these illegals are pursuing the women, whether they're stalking them, whether they're attacking them. And so we know that there's a real problem in this country about the way we're policed. We know that there are differences, we know about two-tier policing, so bear that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. We've been supporting the local people in Barnham and making sure that we attend the local parish councils there, and making sure that they know that we are very much on their side. And so it's very much has been echoed really. If you've got an opportunity in the next few months, join up to a political party. If you join Reform, the chance of you getting elected are much higher because people are coming together, and we've known the whole story about uniting the right. It's a real thing. You've got to go look for where you're most likely to get elected and most likely going to win, because when we take those seats, we can then make sure that we stop all of this. We stop all of this happening here, and we stop it across the country. And the more we work in concert with others, so we're working closely with Norfolk County Council, we're working closely with Essex County Council and other reform councils in the country to make sure that our voices and your voices get heard and get amplified across the whole country and across all of the political spectrum. And our members of Parliament are standing up in Parliament every day talking about these things. Now, they don't get a good listen in Parliament, they generally get booed and catcalled and all that sort of stuff, but we're used to that. And so you just have to get used to that and know that there are a lot of silent reformers. There's a lot of people out there who want to see the changes, but they're also a bit fearful of all the pressure and the stuff they see in the media. So just look around you, know who your friends are, count on them, rely on them, and we will persevere and we will prevail. And just lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you to Terry and all the other people that organise this. It takes a lot of courage to stand up and be counted in a situation like this, and they've done a fantastic job. And you're all doing the same, turning up, and some of you turning up every day, turning up every week. And coming here it's another fantastic show of strength among the British people, and that's the spirit that they cannot defeat. So no matter what happens in Westminster, no matter what the local town council do or the West Suffolk Council do, the true people of Britain know where they need to stand, and it's places like this day in, day out. So thank you all very much.